Ari Lennox had some things to say about the energy on the Rod Wave tour.
I
She
gotta be
had some,
honest with you. I don't know a lot about Rod Wave.
me either, but I know he's a star.
Yes,
And
yes,
I know
agree
that
on that.
for Ari Lennox, this was
Hmm.
a tremendous opportunity.
Okay.
In fact, she herself said in the video that she was able to catch up on bills because of this tour.
Wow. Maybe I need to go on tour.
You do need to go on tour, King of R&B.
Make a little extra money, okay? I need that money,
She
honey.
says she was able to catch up on bills, which is what makes this video hard for me as one, an Ari Lennox fan, two, a person who loves creating music, three, a person who loves performing that music, even though it's been some years since I've performed, a topic for another time. What's hard about this is I see lots of pieces here in play. She was the only person who kind of, listen, when you're an opener, your job is to go out there and warm up the crowd for the main act. I was trying to figure out a better way to say it, but you're going out there to warm up the crowd or keep the crowd entertained until the main act comes out.
Like Babyface was trying to do for Anita Baker.
Absolutely. And I know that was a joke, but I ain't paying you no mind.
What? It's
trying to
fine.
start trying to start shit again. We already got enough beef with the internet over that, okay?
Hmm.
Now,
At least I didn't say anything about Fantasia because they would get in my ass for
man,
that.
they love Fantasia. And Fantasia's still looking good, by the way. I appreciate Fantasia still looking like, you know, an appetizer or two, you know?
An appetizer or two.
Yeah, instead of saying a snack, I wanted to change it up, an appetizer or two. Because sometimes one appetizer ain't enough. You're like, man, it was only 4 mozzarella sticks. Yeah, I got some onion rings back there or something. What's
Oh
up?
my God,
Like,
I would love some mozzarella sticks right now.
can't go wrong with mozzarella sticks, but sometimes they be cheap on the
Okay.
mozzarella sticks. And so Fantasia's still out here looking like two of those. Now,
Okay.
back to the subject at
With
hand,
the
which is
with the good marinara sauce too.
that's right. Now back to the subject at hand, Ari Lennox. And so the job is to it's a difficult task, especially when you cannot connect with that audience. Listen, as a native New Yorker, I have been to tons of shows where I'm an audience member. Fuck performing. I'm an audience member. I'm here to see Wu-Tang or Nas or any legendary act, right? And even before that, I remember just going to see Lupe when a lot of people didn't know who Lupe Fiasco was still. And the openers in New York get a really hard time. New York is a tough audience. I mean,
Uh-huh.
and a lot of times the opening acts are boring and make you yawn. Just kidding. A lot of times,
Listen, I just got off work. Okay, cut me some slack. All right. I don't want no shit talking in the comments about how I was yawning. All right.
talk some shit,
Thank
y'all. Let her know. Get her a call. Buy Dash a coffee. You know what I'm saying?
you. Cash at me.
Right. Anyway, I'm trying to say that it's hard being an opening act, especially for a couple reasons. Number one, the audience usually don't give a fuck about you. They usually are like, yo, hurry up and get this person off the stage. We just want to see who we paid to come see. Number two, you really?
Sorry.
Yeah.
I, I woke up early this morning and then I just got off work. I haven't had any
Oh,
coffee
shit.
today.
You should have had one.
I thought about that, but I ran out of time. I was gonna run to
Oh
Dunkin'
my
and I
God.
didn't have time.
That's fine. All of this could stay in as far as I'm concerned. That was hilarious.
I was planning on
Um,
going to get my $2 coffee,
should have
and
got it.
I ain't had time for that.
I understand. And that's how the audience feels when you're an opening act. They're like, yo, I don't have time to sit here or stand here and watch this performer. And I can understand that sentiment. It's hard to win over an audience that really doesn't give a fuck about you, right? They don't care. They didn't come
Yeah.
to see you. We came to see the king of R&B. Why is JD here? Get JD out of here. We want to see the king of R&B. You know what I'm saying?
That's
That's right. And so I think that is already a big challenge. Now,
uh,
the problem comes when you get on the internet and complain to everyone. That's where the challenges come. Ari Lennox came up there and said it was really hard for her. She spoke about the evening when the bottle was thrown at her. She said she knew it wasn't a surprise because she was up there trying to affirm the audience, and they were upset that she was trying to affirm them. She said, "Y'all mad at me for trying to affirm y'all?" She said, "I should have known too, because actually I wasn't surprised because the left side just had the energy of the left side was bad all night. It was really dark energy, y'all."
yeah, that's unfortunate.
No, what's unfortunate is that you cut on your camera and told us that this huge opportunity, which allowed you to catch up on bills, your words, not mine, was a bad experience. Well, why?
So you're bothered by the fact that she shared that it wasn't a good experience for her.
I think as an Ari Lennox fan, this is hard to deal with. Because yes, we as Ari Lennox fans don't like that Ari Lennox had a hard time. But we have to think about the fact that Ari Lennox and her team accepted this tour. She accepted the
I
tour
hear
and
you.
clearly it benefited her because, as she said, she was able to catch up on bills.
Yes, but
And
that but it was a job that she was doing, first of all, so that makes sense. I feel like there's a conversation adjacent to this one about the fact that Ari Lennox doesn't make enough money to pay her bills.
yep,
That bothers me.
bothers me too.
She's
That was the
super
next thing I
talented.
was going to say.
She's super talented and shouldn't
Absolutely.
have to, you know,
But
worry
that's
about
part of
that.
what's hard for me about watching her get on camera and complain about this tour. If you're Rod Wave and you see this video like the rest of us saw this video, let's make it bigger than Rod Wave. If you're the head of a record label and you see this, why would you now take Ari Lennox and ask her to come open for your big act?
Well, I feel like artists do speak about when an audience is not that energetic or they're fatigued or whatever it is, especially if you're talking about an opening act. I actually don't think it's that strange that she spoke about her experience,
Can
especially because the bottle thing happened.
can you name me
I
three other artists who have done the same thing?
no,
Exactly.
not because I can. I don't really think I need to. I think that artists talk about their tour experiences. I don't think it's because I guess what is the idea here that she's being ungrateful, that
Yes.
she should accept the fact that the crowd didn't like her and move on.
That's part of being an artist. It's a
I think it
challenge of being an artist. We've all gotten booed. We all have performed and it didn't connect with the audience in question. But my
but
problem
I
as an
guess my
Ari Lennox fan,
question
and this feeds to the bigger problem, is Ari Lennox likes to talk to the internet way too much. Every time Ari Lennox has a problem with anything, she cuts on the cameras. And I love Ari Lennox music. Oh man, I love Ari Lennox music. And anytime I've been able to see her perform, both times I was super excited. And I know we joke all the time about her panties showing. It was not because her panties were showing. It was because she's an amazing talent and I love her music and her performance skills. But every time she has a problem with any and everything, she cuts on the cameras.
She does, and I haven't always agreed, and I've said it publicly that I don't always agree when she comes out and says things. I just don't. I guess I'm not lumping this one with that
Okay.
because I think if you had a bad experience, you had a bad experience. I don't think unless I only saw the clip that Hip Hop DX posted. I don't know what else was said, but what I gathered was she was just expressing the energy was off to the crowd. I mean, and to your point, you made the point that people don't want to be bothered with an opening act, so that kind of aligns with what she's saying. But also, I didn't feel like she was bashing the crowd or she was. To me, it didn't sound like that. I would
She
have to
said
watch
she
it
said the
again.
left crowd was full of dark energy.
Oh well, I guess that's that. But yeah, outside of that, I didn't. I guess I guess I would feel differently if she had came on and been like, "Well, fuck them," and Rod Waves, listeners or fans are thinking in podcast terms. Rod Waves fans are trash and I hate them and blah 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 blah. I think if she would have done that, then I probably would have been like, I don't like this. I typically don't like when she comes. I always say, and I've said it to you that I think she needs to. I think she needs to put a lid on it when it comes to the social media stuff. And I don't think that every time that you don't like something that happened, I think you want to complain, you can complain in private. I just don't, I don't know. I'm a little bit torn on this.
Yeah, I'm torn
I'm a
too
little
because
bit
I'm an
torn
Ari
on this
Lennox
one.
fan. But as you, this was a tremendous opportunity for Ari Lennox. And as an Ari Lennox fan, to me, the bigger issue is not her complaining on camera. To me, the bigger issue is you're complaining about being on tour with a huge artist. Why would another huge artist then turn around and say, hey, come on my tour? I think that Ari Lennox getting on camera and complaining about being on this big tour that helped her catch up on bills, quote unquote, is doing herself a disservice. I think it will make other artists look at her and say, well, then I don't want you on my tour either. And I don't want that as an Ari Lennox fan. I want Ari Lennox to get all the big opportunities and all the looks.
Yeah. No, I understand that. I understand that. I don't know. Then where's the line? What are you allowed to say? Just
But
nothing?
why do you have to say anything on camera? That's what I don't understand.
Because people use social media. People publicly talk about things. That's the world we live in. I don't think it's weird for an artist to get on camera and talk about an experience they had. I think that's actually pretty common. So that's why I'm saying, and that's why I'm asking, where's the line? Because what are they allowed to talk about and versus what shouldn't they? And there are a lot of people who would say fans who would say they prefer the artist that speaks about their experiences and speaks about their lives as opposed to the artist that tells you nothing and you don't know who they are behind the music. You don't have to know. I mean, just it's really nobody's business. But I would say there's probably a lot of fans who appreciate that she gets on and shares those things. And maybe you're right. Maybe there will be artists who don't want to have her as a headliner, um, to open for them because of the fact that she doesn't seem to be appreciative. But I don't know. I guess I also think that's why some people love her, because she gets on her lives and because she's kind of awkward in some ways and because she kind of just spills it and says what she thinks. And I'm not saying it's right, but I think it works for her. I think it's a part of her shtick at this point.
I don't want it to
So I,
be.
I got you.
And
I
I
understand.
can't help but wonder how this is affecting her bottom line.
Well, yeah.
Because if I'm the head of Warner Brothers Music and I'm booking, let's just say, Cardi B's tour, after
Mhm.
seeing this video, why would I want to put Ari Lennox on as the opener for Cardi B? Cardi B is a huge star. That would be an amazing opportunity for Ari Lennox. But why would I give her that opportunity if I saw this video?
What does Rod Wave do? I don't mean to be disrespectful. Is he a singer or a
No,
rapper, or
he's a
what does
hip
he
hop
do?
artist
He's a hip hop artist. I'm just
with a
wondering
huge fan
if
base.
I know he has a huge fan base, but I honestly, like I said, I'm not familiar with his music. So I don't want to misspeak about what he does. I just wonder if for Ari Lennox, she needs to be she. That's a big deal, right? But maybe it just didn't align with her audience.
Right, and I agree, it did not. But that's part of doing the opening act. You're hoping that you're gonna tap in with this new audience and also, of course, pay your bills, get more exposure, etc. My question remains, if I'm the head of Warner Brother Music and I'm looking to, I mean, I'm nobody, I'm Joe Schmo, right? But if I'm the head of Warner Brother Music or Atlantic Music and I'm looking to get Cardi B's United States tour set up, after seeing this video, why would I book Ari Lennox?
I just don't think it was as damaging as you're saying. I
Okay.
think, I mean, sure, if you want to put it together with all of the other times she's said something publicly, like when she said she didn't win the Soul Train award and she felt she should have, and things like that, then cool. I just didn't think that what I saw, and like I said, maybe I didn't see the full video, but the part that I saw didn't seem that damaging. It seemed like she was more trying to say, people weren't connecting with her music. She was trying to perform, and she could tell that, which I think I don't think she's the first, like I said, and I don't have a list, sorry, but I don't think she's the first artist to say that she was performing in front of a crowd and the crowd wasn't connecting with her music or her performance.
But that's part of the
So
job.
I get that it's part of the job, but you can't say it out loud.
You signed up for it. Literally signed up for it.
Okay, okay.
I'm
I'm not an
conflicted. Like I
artist,
said,
so I
as
don't.
an artist, as an artist, I totally understand her plight. I understand the challenges, but the camera is the problem. Not saying to your friend, "Hey, friend,
Mhm.
that was really hard to do. I cried some nights because I just got booed for half hour." Nothing wrong with that. It's this. It's this, all of this, the lights, the cameras, the microphones. When you cut that on and start complaining, that's the issue. And we can
Okay.
agree to disagree. We don't got to make this a 40
Yeah, I
minute
mean,
thing, but
I'm done. I'm done.
I
I don't have
think
anything else to say about it. It's just
I
kind
think it's
of.
a bad I think it's a bad look for a lot of reasons.
No, I hear you.
Yeah. So we can move on.